BJP MP Subramanian Swamy has again gone against the party line, this time saying India made a huge mistake voting in the UN against the US on the Jerusalem issue. A large number of Indians on Twitter also seems to agree with Swamy, and unscientific perusal shows. Earlier this month, the US officially declared the divided city of Jerusalem the capital of Israel. Yesterday, India was one of 128 nations that voted against this U.S. decision in the UN General Assembly, UNGA. In defying the U.S., these 128 countries reaffirmed that Jerusalem's final status must be decided in direct negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. Swamy, a longtime supporter of Israel, said India voted against its national interest, because Palestine has never supported India on Kashmir question, while Israel has stood with India always. The BJP MP also said that West Jerusalem belongs to Israel, so he sees nothing wrong with the US, or for that matter, India, having their embassies there. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu appeared to have struck up a note for their friendship on the former's visit to Israel in July. Modi's trip was replete with his now famous hugs, sightseeing on beaches, references to yoga and a ton of sentiments on the lines of "This is a marriage made in heaven." This prompted many on Twitter to look askance at India's vote yesterday in the UN, which for all practical purposes was also against Israel. A correspondent for Israeli publication Haaretz mentioned that Netanyahu is, in fact, scheduled to visit India next month. Some said India's vote was akin to backstabbing Israel. Another called India's vote a historic blunder, and helpfully providing photographs of Modi and Netanyahu and Modi and Trump in happier times. One person claimed, without any proof, that 80% of Indians support Israel and resolution of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. India's vote, some seem to think, will cost New Delhi support in its bid for permanent membership to the UN Security Council, a move broadly supported by the US and Israel, among others. Many, while agreeing with Swamy, said India could at least have abstained. Abstaining, said one person, was the Indian way. Meanwhile, the Associated Press reported that U.S. aid recipients ignored a White House threat while voting against the U.S. and the UNGA. The news agency was referring to a U.S. threat of diplomatic retaliation and losing financial aid against anyone voting against it.